Dallas Wall Street, 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 Dallas Wall Street Radio. Power214.com.
Man, do you know that drop sound just like the drop for this guest of honor that we have in the building today? It's my favorite thing about your music, bro. Is every time one of them hit songs come on, I was like, it's Dorrough music. It's like, damn, bro, we got Dorrough in the building, man.
Dorrough is in the building like we promised.
Just like we promised. Y'all thought we was lying. Y'all thought we was play pimping.
Nah, I pulled up, man. You know, that tag them became legendary to the point where now I can't even not use it because every time I'm recording or doing features, every artist I want me to put it in there, you know, and then sometimes even fans, like it's a few songs where it's not in there, and like fans are
I'm gonna ask for it.
Yeah, so yeah, it became one of them things.
Is that you? Is that you saying that?
Nah. Shout out to Oscar Vasquez. It's a radio guy that was, I think I went to like Laredo, Texas one time. He on radio and he did it. Or I don't know. He had something to do with the Ingenious, you know, back in the day. So yeah, shout out to him.
Does he ask for royalties for that shit?
Nah, I put him on because everybody be getting tags for him now. You know what I'm saying? So and they pay him for the tag. So that's his royalties right there.
Yeah, that's lit, man. Yeah. Man, appreciate you for coming for show.
Hell yeah, it's like we low key got a legend of Dallas, but like I went to school at one of the most suburban, hoodest, hardest, softest ass schools that you can ever go to. Like people call us this shit. And this man is a legend at our school. Not for this music shit, he just either. Like him and his brother was some fucking hoopers, man. Like for real.
Yeah. And that's where it all jumped off it.
Right. It's like, bro, it's great to be sitting here with you, man. So like what is it like? You know what I'm saying? To like now you go around people, you meet people right here in the same city as you, and we talking like this about you. What does that feel like?
I mean, it's been a long time coming at the end of the day, you feel me? It's been like, you know, I mean, from day one, even in high school, you know, when I first set out to do the music and the rap thing, my first goal was to, you know, become a certain, I guess, figure per se in Dallas and then go from there. But, you know, certain things was evolving. So it was kind of the goal from day one to really, you know what I'm saying, take it as far as I can go with it once I jumped into it. So, you know, it was cool.
Who got you into rapping? Like, what made you start?
Nobody in my family rap. Nobody around me at the time rap. Like, I wasn't influenced by nobody close to me. I think what really made me started rapping was, I got into music and liking music when I was little through my sister. She used to always she was like a dancer, like a like step team and doing all the different she do all type of dance, African dances. She was like a ballerina, did that type stuff. So she always so she always listened to music. And I was a little kid then when I got into music, but then when I got into like rap, I mean this was the Bone Thugs, Tupac. That's when I started really just liking, you know what I'm saying, rap. But I didn't really start wanting to rap myself until maybe when the whole Texas movement came about, the UGK, Lil Flip, you know, the whole switch. When that came, then that's when I started getting more interested into like rap. And then when I was in high school and DSR came out in Dallas, that's when I was just like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying, this doable, you feel me? Like sometimes you got to see somebody jump off the porch, especially when you're young, because you don't even know. Hip-hop wasn't a thing in Texas like that as far as just, you know, how it is in New York and Atlanta and different places where everywhere you go in these cities, people blowing up and coming from, they next door to people who they see come from here and go there. Yeah. We didn't see that in Texas. So with me, it probably wasn't until the DSR movement to where I was just like, oh, I'm for the jump. By then, I was already writing music, but I wasn't even thinking about rapping. I just used to do it just, you know, for pastime when I wasn't hooping. Mm-hmm. And then when they came out, that's when I was just like, oh, this doable, because I knew people that was in DSR. You feel me? They was like homies with my big brothers and stuff, and then they was doing their thing. So that's what let me know it was doable. And then that's when I jumped off the porch and started doing it. I was like a sophomore in high school or something like that.
That's dope. That's dope. So you got started early, and then I guess like some people like those overnight success stories. Like some people, they just jump in the music game and all of a sudden the first freestyle they record, you know what I'm saying, they own, you know what I'm saying. But what would you say like kept you, once you say I'm gonna take it serious, you're in the 10th grade, you graduate, you hooping and all of that, you got all of this opportunity is still out before you, you know what I'm saying, that you can take any avenue. What made you keep sticking with it until you got that big break, like, which is for us, you know what I'm saying, we'll probably say it's ice cream paint job or something like that.
Yeah.
But when you got a big hit like that, what was that in between time like?
What's crazy, really, I guess everything, that's crazy that people say that and people, look at it that way. But for me, everything was in layers, you feel me? So even when I started in high school, like I was popular in high school for hooping, you know what I'm saying? So like by the time I started rapping, I already had like kind of a fan base just because I had people following me so hard for basketball that whatever I did, they were going to support. So when I started rapping, like literally like the first song I did was like a hit within, you know what I'm saying, Lancaster in the school and even out into the clip, like it spread out like the first song I ever did in the first tape. So it was kind of like, to me in my mind, I wasn't thinking like how I'm thinking now. I was just thinking like, okay, I'm gonna take it a step at a time. So to me, jumping out the gate and having that was a success for me. Just like first song, and then they planted that out of the parties around. You know what I'm saying? We was going to house parties. We run. I was a captain of the basketball team, so we used to run out to the music. You feel me? And I was getting it popping like that just from the jump. And then that just kept evolving. So by the time I was a senior in high school, I was dropping mixtapes, selling them $10, $15, $20, people buying them. So to me, then senior year, I wouldn't even say I had a Dallas buzz. Then I just had like just around the city, around the hood type buzz. But I was cool then because I was like, okay, I can sell this. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got to go to work no more. I was working at McDonald's and FedEx. Like I was able to, you know what I'm saying, just sell mixtapes and make money off that, do the stuff I needed to do. And then from there, when I left high school and went to PV, that's when it really got for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even in high school, I wasn't really just like, oh, I'm a rapper or I'm a rap or I'm going to do this music thing. It was just kind of for fun, you know what I'm saying, at the time. And then when I got to PV, that's when, you know what I'm saying, like a whole different chain came about. That's when, you know what I'm saying, I met like Cash and Merck and we, you know, it's just a lot of stuff came down. I took advantage of the whole campus thing. Like it was a lot of people out there from different places. So I wanted to get it popping, you know what I'm saying, down there, you know what I'm saying? And it just spread out from there. And then it just kept evolving.
So PV was the foundation? Like
PV was the real foundation. That's when like, to me, that's when I say it counted. Oh, this working?
You can get that.
Okay, yeah. That's when I say it counted. You feel me? Like in high school, I mean, that was cool, you know, but when PV, once you get something popping at PV, you got it popping like Houston, Dallas. People was from Houston, Dallas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi. They was really from everywhere, and especially in that region. So when you got something popping at PV, it was bigger than what you would think it would be. You know what I'm saying? It was really already regional. So, you know what I'm saying? We was doing parties and doing a whole bunch of our own stuff to where, like, we just had our own little influence. And then we got the mixtapes popping out there, had songs popping. But before I even really realized it, like, I had, like, a spread out fan base all over the region. But it didn't hit me like that until, you know, maybe like a year or two in PV when, you know what I'm saying, people going back for, like, colleges and, going back for summer and Christmas break. And, you know, I'm going places and the music just spreading out. And that's when it got for real. So, yeah, I would say PV is really where it started.
So it did spread because you came to Commerce.
Yeah.
And I was,
Texas A&M Commerce?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Remember.
Hold on. You got Texas A&M Commerce and you got another Commerce. I forgot. I think it's down there by Beaumont.
It's a Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And
okay, so yeah.
This is Commerce,
Okay.
A&M Commerce. In East Texas, and I deadass remember being in my bathroom like, y'all, Dorrough is coming, and I'm about to just rap with them.
Yeah.
And you started signing posters, and I still have the little poster that you signed, and I was like,
That was
he is so fine,
was
and
up.
I'm educated, so, I mean, that's just what
But
it
he
is.
didn't want you.
We didn't go there. I didn't even shoot my shot, asshole. Anywho, but no, your music definitely did spread. I'm gonna piece your ass up after this. Today's the day, like
That shit stung.
it's just you on my ass today, like.
hey, it's your first day back. You
Just
back.
Just got back. Hey,
That's
man.
fine. Chill
My
out.
chest, look, everybody can't be swole like Dorrough. You heard this man.
No,
He played
I
basketball
was
for 30
thinking that
years.
even when he said he played basketball, I was like, that's a big ass basketball player. Like, I would just let you pass
No,
me.
for real. You look like a linebacker.
Dead ass.
Yeah, I was-
Yeah.
What's crazy, I didn't really get, like, I got tall. my sophomore year, I was the smallest person on the basketball team and one of the smallest at the school. Like, I was a real small person. Then I broke my ankle. I remember my sophomore year. And like in my cast, I literally grew like 5 or 6 inches while I had a cast. I grew out my cast, had to get another one on because I had like a crazy growth spurt. crazy, fam. Like junior year, I came back junior year taller than everybody, but I was still skinny then. But I was cut up, you know what I'm saying? But like I was just real aggressive. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, basketball was just my thing. So I kind of just took that and just made a lot out of that. And, you know, I didn't even think about, at that time, I wasn't even just serious about the whole rap thing yet.
You got to be swole in today's rap game because niggas will snatch your chain. And I heard one of your lyrics in a song, fam. It was one of your new songs, I think, on the Jump Back. You was like, you spent $12,000 on a watch?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's one of your favorite pieces, bro?
My Rollie, that's a $12,000 one.
Jesus
you know what's crazy is my favorite piece.
You know I didn't make $12,000 last year?
You'll be surprised, man. That can come overnight. You know what I'm saying? You can do one thing today, tomorrow, and have 20 racks in your account. It change everything. But
you say you got the Rollie though?
Piece is, I mean, now I don't really wear like a lot of big jewelry like I used to, but I still got it. So like my primetime click piece, like everybody want me to wear it, but I hate wearing that chain. Yeah, because it's just so big, it's bulky. But you know, I mean, I just keep it just because you know it's just kind of like a classic piece. You feel me? I got 2 of them actually, and you know I don't wear either one. They bulky, and all my earlier jewelry is just like huge jewelry, so I don't wear none of it. But I just keep it. So now I just really keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Like I got this 6'3" piece, cowboy piece. I got another cowboy piece that I'm picking up like next week. But I really just keep it. You know, I like keeping it simple.
Did you say Cowboys?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do it.
This is the road music by Cowboy logo. You know what I'm saying? When I did,
but they fuck with you strong though, right?
Yeah. So I want to ask about that. Speaking of the Cowboys, you know, how did you get the clothing deal that you got with the Cowboys? How did that come about?
Man, it started in 2013 when they reached out to me to do the anthem. They wanted me to do the anthem for the 2013 season. Dang. So I did the anthem, and then when I did the anthem, they loved the anthem, and they started inviting me to the games and giving me like tickets to the games and suites to the games. So I started going, and then it just built into a relationship to where the next year they asked me to do the anthem again, and I did it. And then the next year, like in 2015, they asked me to do the anthem. But then I started thinking like, okay, like this need to be something bigger, you feel me? Like, you know, music is cool, but even on the music too, when I was doing the anthem, I already knew in the back of my head, like, you know, this is going to be cool for the Cowboys, but it ain't going to really go too much further out of that, you feel me? Because if you're not a Cowboy fan, you ain't going to want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you a fan of any other team, you're not going to really want to hear no Cowboy song. So I was just like, I started telling them, like, hey, I'm going to start making more generic Cowboy anthems to where, like, it can be more widespread. You know, and then that led into a conversation to, then they was like, well, maybe it's more stuff you can do. And then, you know, I thought about it maybe like a couple weeks. It came back to him, was like, hey, you know, that's when I started like kind of getting on my design tip, you know what I'm saying? And just having like little pieces that I started wanting to design. And I brought the idea up to them and they was loving it. You know what I'm saying? Just made some more fashionable cowboy gear. We started with a couple hats that did real well. And then it just kind of it kept expanding to where we did the merchandise performance deal all together and anthem deal. So, you know, the deal was for me to do merchandise design stuff, you know, do the anthems and also perform at X amount of pre-games. And this year might be a halftime. We trying to put it together. You know, and they got the new anthem coming out too next week. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the one that I did.
I love the Cowboys. I mean, I can't get enough. I have all their jerseys. Like I cheer hard for them every week. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck the Cowboys about 30 minutes ago.
So he ain't a real Cowboy fan.
It's just some shit going on, man.
And we both been in different off seasons.
We're in a weird like stage right now with the Cowboys. Like, you know, we kind of rebuilding, but then we supposed to kind of have a edge on different teams. We done lost a lot of positions. We done lost the best kicker in NFL history. We done lost one of the top receivers ever. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of stuff going on.
If you ever want to put some Cowboy slander out there, send it my way. I can do it. I know you can't say certain things. You gotta got non-compete. I can compete with their ass. And I got some shit to get off my chest every week when I walk in here, man.
Man, the Cowboys.
That's my team, though. That's my team.
I think what made the Cowboys so dope, though, and I even told them this, like, they the most unpredictable team to where like no matter how bad they are, like they can be 1-15 one year, but like the fans for some reason still come back around next year, and everybody believe that the Cowboys can be a Super Bowl team every year. Every year, the fans overall feel like the Cowboys can win the Super Bowl. So,
True fan.
I mean, just in general though, like, but a lot of teams don't have it.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
know that they're not gonna win. We think we're gonna. I still think
like
we're gonna win, and I be saying fuck the Cowboys.
Fans of other teams, they not like that. They like, you know what I'm saying? They if they don't see. If they didn't have a good season the previous year, then they in their mind, well, we're gonna rebuild. You know what I'm saying? We hopefully we'll have a better year this year. I'm gonna still root for them, whatever. But Cowboy fans don't think that. Cowboys fans every year feel like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the year. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I just feel like whatever they did to make us as Cowboys fans feel that way, you know what I'm saying? They would just
Is that where you got
shit?
That's why everybody hate us because we can lose every game. We still be like,
and we still gonna be on their ass.
Like,
Yeah.
Say some shit like that.
So but is that how you got the name of the album, the Jump Back? Is that like because that's what the Cowboys trying to do?
Well, I mean, I guess you can look at it that way. Now, the Jump Back actually came from for like the past 2 years, I've been recording a lot of music that I ain't released. You know what I'm saying? And like for the first time, you know, early on when I started doing music, I would never make a project with a consistent sound. I hated that, but that was what everybody else was doing, and then that's what
the label.
Like I was also, I was advised to do that, to make music with a consistent sound. But to me, that made me be more boring as an artist, as in creating the music. Like I wanted my shit to be more widespread on each project, but. As in the last couple of years, I done recorded so much music to where now I think about that and I'm like, it's easier for me to do. So the Jump Back was really like me putting together some new music that I had kind of a consistent sound as an overall project, along with just, you know, a lot of other stuff that I got going on to where I'm just now for the like manifest and you know, kind of put out the visual for the Jump Back. You know, I'm just not putting out the videos just now. I only put out one video from the whole album. And I got like 7 videos shot. You know,
that's the one where y'all was at the pool.
That wasn't even on. Okay, so those just visuals I had. That was on my old.
See how hard this nigga is working,
so,
bro.
Yeah, we just put those
Golly.
out. You know, Prince from the '80s, me and Go Yeah, we put that out. We had done that on another EP.
Yeah,
I put that out in that pool party video. I had done that like in 2015, 2016.
Dang.
We just put that out. And then the only video I put out from the Jump Back was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, which is the Jump Back intro with Trap Boy Freddy. Oh, my bad. Which is the intro by Trap Boy Freddy, and that's it. Man, hold on, I'm trying to get this. There we go.
But so I mean, so that's the other day there was a interview with Yella Beezy and Sway in the Morning.
Yeah.
And when they asked him about the city, the literal first 2 names that came out of that was you and Trap Boy Freddy. Like that means, you know, for Yella Beezy to say that at the stature that he's at right now, he's like really on the top of the radio music game. That's big for him to acknowledge you as like, yeah, this is the next guy, you know, out of Dallas. He's been having it, you know, whatever. And then for you to have that notoriety from him, that means that the rest of the world too, the rest of the country, you know, they waiting, you know, to hear what's next. They waiting on this Jump Back project. And like, what is that like? That pressure, like, how you able to deal with that, man?
And there ain't never been pressure for me, like, that's a gift. And some people say it's a curse because it's no pressure. Like I don't look at stuff as pressure. Like I could get a call right now, and this didn't happen to where like let's just say if. Matter of fact, maybe a year ago when Chris Brown and Fabulous did their tour out here at the American Airlines Center, you know what I'm saying? I can't remember where I was. I think I was at the studio and like Chris Brown, and Fab, they hit me about 45 minutes before the show and was like, hey, we want to bring you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's gonna be a lot of people out here. You think you can come? I was like, yeah. I threw on a fit and went right up there.
I was there, fam.
Yeah, got out there and went on there. So what I'm saying, like, but a lot of people, like, they were trying to hit me up and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You need some more time. What up? Like, nah, like, I've been doing this for so long. And for one, and even from day one, like, for the most part, like, if it's an opportunity or something that I want to do, then I mean, it ain't no pressure. So even with the music. You know, it's never no pressure, which is why I kind of move on my own, like, speed and kind of beat. and I don't really just try and like conform or keep up with what's going on, like the trends. Like I kind of just like do my own thing, and then at the same time I still pay attention to a lot of stuff that's going on, but it ain't never really been no pressure on me. So as far as that, I mean, shout out to Yella and everybody that's doing their thing. I saw it. Matter of fact, Block hit me and told me, I saw the interview. Yeah.
Also, speaking about Yella Beezy interview, he also made a comment about how the city didn't necessarily get behind you, and because they wanted the street shit to be, they felt like they didn't want the dance shit. Although he said that you wasn't really in the dance lane, which I don't think you were either. Yeah. How do you feel about that? Because you had so much success in the city as well as outside of the city. But how do you feel about that? Did it feel like the city didn't get behind you, or?
Honestly, I didn't even really care. I wasn't even, my goal, in my mind, I had already did what I wanted to do as far as in the city, as far as that realm. But I was on my whole thing, create my own lane, which is what I did, to where, see, when that dance move happened, and it really kind of, like, I came out the dance movement when that happened, but I wasn't making dance songs, or that really wasn't my thing. But at the same time, I understood that movement. And I was the one that when I was doing all the interviews at that time in New York and doing everything, I wasn't even really considered in the dance movement, nor trying to be, but I was the one talking. I was speaking up for it, because I was just like, hey, I don't care what nobody say. This Dallas, that's a part of Dallas. It's a movement we got. It's our movement. It's an original movement. Can't nobody say that, you know what I'm saying, it's they shit, it's they movement, and it's our movement. So, I used to speak up for it. And a lot of people in the city was hating on the movement, which is why the movement died in the first place. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I was telling people like, hey, a movement is a movement, you feel me? But as far as just trying to come through, a lot of people in the city did want the street side to come out of it. But my whole goal was, I didn't care about that. I'm going to create my own lane. At the end of the day, I'm going to represent Dallas. Dallas is going to always be affiliated with me. You know what I'm saying? As far as if that's my goal. Anytime anybody come to the city, wherever they coming from, they hit me up for different things, this and this and that. When people think of Dallas, they think of me when it comes to a lot of the music. So as far as that go, creating your own lane was one of my goals, because I don't, it's bigger than Dallas at the end of the day. To me, putting on for Dallas is putting on outside of Dallas.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can only do so much within the city, but when you outside the city and doing different things and representing the city, that's when you really putting on for Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody got different lanes. Yella in the lane, Yella and Trap, they in the lane. I'm in the lane. Everybody that's doing their thing in Dallas right now, for the most part, they creating their own lanes, which is what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So, I salute it.
That's what's up. So, before we want to go into one of your records, you want to introduce, we got Oski, you want to introduce it or whichever one?
Oski, the brand new single. I think I'm going to go with this one next, actually. Oski, they playing at the Cowboy games. Shout out to Deion Sanders. We shooting the scene. He gonna be in the video. We got a lot of stuff going on for this record, but it's one of the new singles off the Jump Back. It's called Oski. Yeah. Hey.
It's Dorrough music. All my exes better. I must be that nigga. Jury came back
in, man. That was Oski. What does Oski mean?
Man, Oski, that. You know what? That's another reason why the song's so dope, because a lot of people hit me on like the social media and ask that question. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? Started with the song. First of all, Oski is like a football term that mean like, just say when you playing football and you're on defense and somebody catch an interception, you supposed to yell Oski.
Oski.
Yeah, so everybody know interception and run the other way and block. So it just basically means interception. Yeah. So I flipped it into a whole different term, still using that concept, but at the same time using it as my concept.
Well, I'm going to Oski into this right here, because Mozart talked too damn much. I loved everything that you talked about earlier, but I'm Kayla with the T, so I want the T.
Yeah.
Sip your drink. Mm-hmm. Who you dating? How many baby mamas you got? Who got your number? Whose DMs are you
I
sliding
should have
in?
known she was going to ask this when she said the commerce shit. She trying to get in.
17.
I'm not trying to get in. I am happy
trying to
take
get
it.
the
Thank
tea.
you. I just want the tea.
I got like 17 baby mamas.
17 baby mamas.
Yeah.
Boy, you are out there. You got big money.
Real
I
life
ain't
Dallas
baby.
nigga right there.
I ain't baby. Shout out to baby. I ain't baby. Baby,
He got all the kids.
baby, the king of that. He got like 14. Now I only got 2 baby mamas. You know what
Two
I'm
baby
saying?
mamas.
Yeah,
2
yeah.
kids, or is it like 2
3
baby mamas,
kids,
4
3
kids?
kids.
Okay, 3 kids.
Yeah, it's 10, 5,
me.
and 1. No, 10, 6, and 1. Yeah.
10, 6, and 1.
I'm 3 and
Okay,
3.
boys, girls.
2 boys, 1 girl.
Nice. Got a girl.
Yeah. I got
Please
her first, so-
tell her to watch out for people like Mozart. We have to stay away.
Say, first off, don't be saying that suspect pedophile ass shit. Your daughter ain't got to watch me. I ain't watching her, man. You gonna get this big linebacker ass nigga on
Whoop
me.
his ass.
Like,
Whoop his
man,
ass.
what that
She
got to
good.
do with me?
Whoop
She
his
good.
ass.
You know, she definitely good.
Are you
I ain't
dating
worried about
anyone? Complicated?
Yeah, it's always complicated.
Why is it always complicated
Cause
though?
that's how I want it to be.
Nuh-uh. It shouldn't-
I like
Why
the
are you
mys-
laughing?
I like the
good
mys-
ass answer.
I like the mystery. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And just so y'all know, we can talk about whatever. As far as females, I won't throw out no names, so you ain't getting no names from me.
So are you one of those people that's like,
man.
what's understood ain't got to be explained?
Sort of, kinda, in a
That would
sense.
piss my life off.
Yeah, in a sense. I mean, if it's really understood, because if it's really understood, it don't gotta be said.
Facts.
But what's really understood? Because if you have multiple women out here thinking that, oh yeah, girl, that's
Nah,
my man.
it's understanding. What's understood don't gotta be said.
If you know
Ain't
what's
nobody-
up, you know what's
You
up.
can't if you understand something, then you're not thinking something. You knowing. You feel me? So
So you're not monogamous. Got it. Okay, cool. So have
can
you?
be.
That's not
you
what that
can
means.
be,
yeah,
but you choose not to be.
that's just not what's priority in life right now. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
okay. So
But,
you're not ready to settle down.
What is settle down? Because people that's what is polygamy?
Yeah.
Polygamous, right?
This guy.
Yeah.
All right, so people that's polygamous still settle down. Like, yeah, because they have to, let's just say if you, yeah, exactly. You still got to settle down
This is
with
2018, shorty.
It's
I know, I'm
2018.
aware.
and
Get
I
with the
need
program.
that.
I don't want to get with that program.
Get with
that.
it.
Yeah.
Have you ever dated anybody famous?
Yeah, I've
Can we get those
dated-
names?
Nah, I'm not giving no names.
Why we can't get those
Have you
names?
smashed somebody famous?
I mean, if you dated them.
I
No,
mean,
that don't mean.
I've
See,
You,
smashed-
he looks like the
see,
type of person
see,
just hold
ain't
their
the
hand
same
and get all
thing.
I've
flowers.
smashed famous
She trying to
women
turn
that
this
I
into
haven't
something.
dated, but I wouldn't get their names out because then I can't continue to do so.
That mean you still
See, if
smashing
you was a
somebody
woman,
you better
if you
not
was
get-
a woman and you said the nigga name, the nigga would still fuck.
he gonna be like, yes, I'm fucking
yeah,
for
yeah.
show tonight, bitch.
Yeah,
She ain't getting nothing else.
Nah, because if you say the name, then the whole thing is like, just say you're a female and like it's a female that, you know, feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like if she know that I don't put names out, then it's gonna always be good. But most females, most people don't want their names out there.
Facts.
So, you know, I got
Especially when you talking about sex.
exactly.
Facts.
You ain't want us saying your name when we was talking about sex earlier.
Well, you wasn't putting something good behind my name.
It's
You
like
was
life,
trying to
you feel me?
downplay
Like you can either live it or you can portray it. You can do both, but at the same time, like some people, if you portray it, sometimes it make it hard to live it. But if you live it, then you just live it. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, like, let's just say the person that's like me. I tell you to people all the time. Matter of fact, in a song, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't flashy as I could be. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be flashy if I wanted to, or I could just really just live my life in real life the way that people portray their life, you know what I'm saying? Just like on people that's on social media or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying everybody that's on social media and not living the life that they portraying, but at the same time, you know.
But do you think
that's
that's
way to look at it?
Do you think it's a generation? That's a generational thing.
Nah, that definitely. It ain't a generational thing because I mean, yeah, it's enhanced now. Like now, it's even everything is like amped up. You know what I'm talking about? But it been like that. You know, I think from day one, just in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just don't see. I'm just saying that because I don't see a lot of young kids coming up feeling like, because now it's if it's not on Instagram, it's not real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean that's the issue I have with a lot of things. It's like I just don't live my life on Instagram.
That's the conflict that most people have. But what you got to know is it's always that. Let's just say if you knew a person that was doing something that you feel like most other people will put on Instagram. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you know that, it's probably gonna be a handful of other people that also know that, but the majority don't know that, right?
Yeah.
But if that handful of people, if one of y'all or a few of y'all or all y'all become people that's of a certain stature, of a certain respect, then now it comes to a situation to where like now that person. It's like I ain't gonna say it's a mystery, but at the same time, it's like y'all cosign alone is bigger than what people know. So it's just like if I say like, hey, Shine, like people might think like let's say somebody flashy and everybody know him for that, but I be like real talk, Shine really more flashy than that. You just don't know.
Yeah.
And people respect me now. You know what I'm saying? They gonna look at it a certain type of way, and really that's even better. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's two ways you can do it. If you want to do it that way, you can be that way. You can be a flashy, put it out there on the ground, or you can really live it and not put it on the ground. But either way it go, the cream gonna rise to the top, and the truth gonna come out, and people who's real and authentic is gonna, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna come at the end of the day. It may not come right away, but that's who gonna last. You feel me? And that's what people gonna, you know what I'm saying, talk about.
Yeah.
And those gonna be the real people. Those are always really the real ones at the end of the day when you think about it. Like the people who like, hey, low key. That's the nigga right there. You may not know that, but I'm telling you, and you know that I'm legit. If I'm telling you that, it's real. Yeah. So you know, it just
It's
depends on who
Coach K,
like a Coach K.
If you look at Coach K, he ain't flashy.
So
at all,
the industry, the world don't know who Coach K is as a mainstream, you know, overall.
Yeah.
But I know who he is. You know who he is. So. Like the little fans, that's the fans of the artist that's Coach K. He working. They don't even some of them don't even know who he is, and they wouldn't think. But I tell them like, hey, Coach K, that's really the guy right there. Like you think he's the guy, that's the guy. Yeah. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, now that we got all of that soft shit out the way, man, I've been waiting to talk about this since he said we was able to get this man on the show. So there's a lyrical beef. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure that people know exactly what it is. Like it's not like somebody's gonna get shot because he's a foot taller than his counterpart. But so with you and Lil Ronnie from DSR, you mentioned them earlier. You look up to him, but not literally. And he has a problem with this.
He look up to me.
He said,
but not literally and literally. You feel me? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man. But yeah.
So like, why did he get mad?
What is the issue? I mean, for what we see, you know, obviously I've heard a couple records back and forth. I heard a couple shots you took. You know what I'm saying? What's the issue? Like, I mean, I know it's all over the 5'3", 6'3" thing.
Bruh, that's what it is to him. That's what he making it, but it's not over that. You feel me? Like,
you fucked
to be
this
honest, bitch. But to be honest, I ain't even talk about that part. But I'm gonna say this. But listen, I'm gonna say this on some low key, super duper corny shit.
Yeah,
all this shit with him is really over basketball, which is why it's so corny. I'm gonna tell you why. In the 8th grade, I was a hooper. You feel me? And this nigga was a senior in high school, fam.
How was you? You was short, and he was shorter. No. In
the 8th grade, remember I told you I didn't grow to my junior year.
Okay.
In the 8th grade, I was the same size as this nigga. But I was in the 8th grade, he was a senior in high school. That's the difference. I was supposed to be that size, you feel me? So, you know, but now on some real shit. And nigga, I was just talking to Tum Tum about this about a week ago. Shout out to Tum Tum. He got an album dropping at the end of the month. We did a verse. But anyway, that's how it all started. Like I was known for hooping. I was like a young nigga known for hooping. And Lil Ronnie was known for hooping. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like he was a senior, and motherfucker, he from the L. You know what I'm saying? So motherfucker used to be like, hey, I bet you can't beat Dorrough, little brother. See, my big bro was named Dorrough. He was for sports, football and basketball and track, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. So, like, I was known as the little brother at that time. And, like, people in the city just should be like, I bet you can't beat, you know what I'm saying, Dorrough, little brother. And that's how they sized us up. Yeah. So, one day we went to the Lancaster Rec. All this is document. People know about this. There's people out here till this day that was there at the gym when we played. I was in the 8th grade. He was a senior. We played 1-on-1. I beat him in basketball, like you know what I'm saying. I was 8th grade, and see, to me, I was so in my mind, I was kind of cocky in 8th grade when it came to hooping. I didn't feel like nobody could beat me anyway.
Yeah.
So I didn't give a fuck that he was in the 12th grade. I was just like,
gonna make it worse.
I was like, ain't nobody around here. If somebody gonna beat me, it's gonna be some top state nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so when I beat him, to me it was nothing. But come to find out, to him, it was a big deal because I guess, you know, since he was in high school, I went back to junior high, he went back to high school, and he was going to Link. He transferred to Lincoln. So I guess people were in the L were just fucking with him like, hey, you got beat by Little Road. You know what I'm saying? So he got embarrassed about that, and that's really where it started. But I forgot all about this shit. You feel me?
Let it go.
And let it go because it was never a big deal to me. You know what I'm saying? But fast forward, bro, like we done played little games. I done put together little celeb games, little stuff out here in Dallas, and we always was talk shit on the court. You feel me? Once again, nigga, like I'm playing, I don't even care about hooping like that no more. You feel me? Like I know that I ain't finna go to the NBA.
Yeah.
I don't think he know that. I think he think that it's still a chance for this nigga to go to the league or some shit. So he taking it way more serious than I am, and I think that also made him mad. But then it turned into some rap shit because Ronnie, I mean, honestly, I was cool with him. He used to always beg me to go on tour. I done took this nigga on a tour bus to Oklahoma City and different places. He done roll with me, came out and done verses for him back in the past. He used to always beg to get verses, beg to come on shows. And I fuck with Tum Tum, Fat Bastard, and Big Tuck. Them was the niggas to me and DSR that mattered. Lil Ronnie didn't matter. It was just because he was from the L. And I was from the L, so I supported this nigga. He didn't matter in the DSR
At the time,
group.
yeah,
I mean, on some real shit. Like he
didn't.
But I mean, to them, I mean, he supported it. But at the end of the day, that's how all the shit came about. And then, homie, you know what I'm saying, started making diss track where I thought you was corny because you really supposed to be you really supposed to be like OG. You supposed to be a big homie. I know you small, but you supposed to be a big homie. You ain't really supposed to be on. That's like if I made a diss track about like Trap Boy Freddy or you know, somebody that should be weak just because I'm making a diss track about him. Like you ain't supposed to be on that type move. But I think Lil Ronnie whole thing is, bro, you really need to be tripping over the niggas in the city that got your real rap name that's bigger than you, nigga. You Lil Ronnie, you came first. It's already a Lil Ronnie motherfucker. It's already a Lil Ronnie motherfucker that's bigger than you, and that's your real rap name.
It's like four Lil Ronnies.
And then it's
Get Money Lil Ronnie,
Get Money Lil Ronnie, and
Hood Fame Lil Ronnie.
That's also named Lil Ronnie, and he's also bigger than you, and that's also your real rap name.
Hey, that's two different niggas.
That's two different.
It's a Get Money Lil Ronnie and a Hood Fame Lil Ronnie.
Hold on. So the fact that he making it about the 5'3", 6'3" shit. To be honest with you, bro, that shit. First of all, this 6'3" shit. This shit is on tracks from 2012, 13, 14. It's documented. I've been saying this shit. It been there. That shit come from Hoop, and it ain't got nothing to do with him. The last nigga I would ever be thinking about when it comes to rap in Dallas is a Lil Ronnie from DSR. You not even, you know what I'm saying? But the only reason why I acknowledge Lil Ronnie is because you are a part of a legendary movement.
Yeah.
You feel me? That I respect. You feel me? Everybody know I respect the DSR movement, nigga, because it was a real movement. And he was a part of it, but he wasn't no engine of it. He wasn't a nigga moving. Like, it could have easily went and did the same thing it did without him being in it. You
so
feel
we
me?
could have replaced him with a Mexican and it wouldn't
anybody, you feel me? Like anybody. You know what
I'm just trying to stir up trouble, bro.
But with that being said, like, I just think Lil Ronnie need to worry about his real rap name, nigga. You Lil Ronnie, you came before everybody, and other niggas got your whole name. That, you know what I'm saying, and you worried about a nickname that nobody knows anyway.
Well, let me put it out there. If it's any other Mozarts flying around, floating around Dallas, you know where to come see me.
There's another Mozart.
I was like, chill out. I was just playing, bro. I was just playing.
So, hey, look,
I'm about 72. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do it.
Have you guys spoke at all about it?
Nah.
Well,
I mean, to be real with you, bro, to be honest with you, fam, like, I just think it's super corny that Lil Ronnie from DSR will make a diss track about anything towards me or anybody. The fact that, listen, it's just something, to be honest with me, I think if I out the blue made a diss track about anybody in the world, that shit would just come across as corny unless it's a real reason behind it, like somebody did something to my family or some type shit or some real shit that it makes sense. It's corny. I just think the fact that he even made a diss record at all is the weakest shit ever. And the only reason why I responded to this nigga and not 1,000 other people who done made him is because you supposed to be an OG and you part of a signature movement. And then on top of that, nigga, you supposed to be like people from different generations of this Dallas shit they supposed to look up to you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You feel me? So your move is not the right move. So nigga, I gotta kill your move off just because you did some corny shit. You feel me? Because if I did some corny shit, I expect for somebody to do that shit to me.
Yeah. So we about to get ready to get out of here. So let everybody know your album, man, where they can find you and introduce your last song.
Jump Back. The Jump Back is everywhere. It's on Spotify. It's on Tidal. It's on Apple Music, Amazon, everywhere you get music at, iTunes, all that. SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever. You know what I'm saying? The new single is Oski. Also Me So Icy, which we finna drop. You know, Classic Magic on there. There's a lot of stuff on there, and I'm finna get crazy with these visuals. You know, I'm finna be dropping them out this winter, fall and winter. So, you know, y'all look out for that.
That's dope, man. I appreciate you for coming on the show. We're going to end the show with Me So Icy. And I am the neighborhood pusher, Kenny Smith.
You got Fly Rebel Mozart in the building.
And it's your girl, Ferlizzy.
I'll let y'all next week. You dig?